national basic income. Boys, I know this is kind of a controversial topic, but as we move forward with like this AI, right, and just the unhappiness of the world, and the fact that most jobs, bro, you can't afford to live alone nowadays. Most jobs, yeah, if you have like a tech job, that's probably going to be taken from AI unless like you're an overseer, right? Like we're kind of cooked, man. And I think national basic income. I know it kind of sounds kind of communist in a sense, right? Because like the thing that makes capitalism great is we're innovating all the time, right? Like there's nothing stopping you from making a better product than a product you see and taking their money, I suppose. But bro, I don't know, man. When I think about national basic income, I just think about enough income where you can have shelter and like food, and I don't know. Can you add car into that? I don't know. That does get a little tricky. It gets tricky really quick. But man, am I crazy to think that everyone deserves a place to live and food on the table, regardless? And yeah, there's food stamps, and yeah, there's housing stuff, I suppose, right? But is that like truly? True? I don't know, man. I just feel like there's so many houses. We have so much shelter, man. I don't know, dude. It's like as I'm talking about this, it's like it is tricky. It really is. But I do think at the end of the day, there should be a set amount, and I think the money would just be funneling back into the system anyway. So like nothing would really change. It's all fake anyway. At the end of the day, it's fake, and there's insider tradings, and they're printing as much money as they want, and they're sending it overseas. It doesn't matter, bro. Let's at least can we like just chill on the competition a little bit? And I do have a solution. So I think everyone should be able to afford, depending on where you live, right? So we can do the math and make sure everything balances out. Depending on where you live, and granted, if you do like crime stuff, right? If you're a dangerous person, yeah, you got to go. So we got to clean up the streets with dangerous people for sure. But like, I don't really look down on someone who wants to just exist. But they want to exist, but the world doesn't like favor that, so they have to be homeless now or something, right? And dude, here's a hot topic, or like maybe controversial. A lot of these like homeless people, man, and I think I read a thing, and granted I read it, so like who knows if it's actually true, but it seems to check out because we know how predatory, like you know, the pharmaceutical companies are and hospital bills. But a lot of homeless people apparently are due to medical debt or some kind of debt, right? That they just can't crawl out of, so they might as well just live on the streets, and that can breed its own like possibilities of actually getting like a drug addiction or whatnot. Because a lot of people think like homeless people they're all like addicted to drugs. Which what came first, right? The chicken or the egg? It's like, did they do drugs and get on the street, or did they get on the street and the only way to cope with that was to do drugs? And another pharmaceutical thing, man, that I also read, so who knows if it's true, but apparently a lot of homeless people get addicted to opioids in the hospital, right? And then they get kicked out of the hospital, whatever the issue was, and their brain got addicted to that high. So now they're doing heroin because it's cheaper and it's like the same thing apparently. I don't know. I'm just going off of Intervention, man. Have you guys ever seen that show? That'll make you feel some man tears. That'll hurt your heart. But dude, am I crazy to think that everyone deserves shelter and food? It's like, bro, this country throws out enough food at the end of every night, like all these grocery stores, and maybe it's, I don't know. Let's just go weekly. Fast food places, any restaurants, grocery stores, they're throwing out so much food at the end of the day, end of the week, whatever. That's like, bro, why are we throwing that out? Like someone somewhere could use that. And it's like, well, we can't profit from it, so why would we do that? It's like, but why do we act that way? This is all fictional, man. This is all fictional. It's fake rules that, we're the prey for these predators, bro. Don't feed into it. We should help the little guys out here. It should be like, I just wish we were more like Team Human, man, instead of like Team Me. If I'm not benefiting and someone's losing, then what's the purpose? Like, that vibe. It just feels like that has seeped into like every aspect of, I guess, just American life. Maybe it goes larger than that. Maybe it's like first world country life, I suppose. Or maybe it even in like more unfortunate countries. Maybe it's the same. Maybe the same principle applies, but it's just smaller quantities. Oh man, I don't know. But dude, am I crazy to think that literally everyone deserves? And dude, I honestly think it would change crime and change, like, I don't know, psychopathic behavior if everyone kind of got taken care of in the sense of food and shelter. And granted, I said I was going to have a solution. Here's my solution. You can still work, right? And you can make more money. It's just that money's for the money you get, like off the bat, that's for food and shelter. Everything else can be extra. If you want like a big gaming PC, yeah, I guess you can be like wild and wait like 10 months and kind of put money aside from your little funds you're getting for shelter and whatnot, I guess. You could be that way. Or you do something where you could profit from. And yeah, that would make the job market smaller. But bro, is it really a bad idea to get rid of like a bunch of jobs that we don't need? Like, I don't know if we need jobs making little plastic toys anymore, bro. There's enough landfills and there's enough Iron Man pop Funko Pops in the ocean. Like, can we stop doing that? I think if we did get rid of those jobs, and it's like, oh, but that's gonna make them lose money. It's like, bro, they have enough. They have enough. What about the employees at the factories? They're gonna be replaced from AI anyway, bro. Why do you think this AI is coming out so quick? I think it's one, it's just we're getting there with tech. It's interesting, but I think we're getting there for an incentive of, they will have to pay way less money to have AI do these jobs that they're paying people for, that they're giving people scraps for. A lot of times, there's some jobs that obviously like software development, and like a human will always have to be. I guess maybe I don't know. As I'm saying that could be wrong, because who would have thought like computers could have already done what they're doing now, with the AI. Like a few months ago, they couldn't even do like hands. Now they can do hands really good. Now they can do like pretty passable, like influencer type vibes. And that's super interesting. And dude, it's like, and it already writes, I mean, the code, if you guys have ever tried to write code with AI, it does mess up quite a bit. You have to do it like in little increments. So I think they'll, at least for the foreseeable future, but bro, who knows? Because I'm going to say for the foreseeable future, maybe we'll always need a guy to, oversee it. But that's only one guy at the end of the day. Maybe a small team of guys. But bro, who knows? Maybe not. Because of how quick it's going. Who knows? But yeah. Oh man. So I do think you should still be able to work. But dude, I honestly think there would be like, am I crazy for thinking this? I actually think there might be a birth of like a new renaissance of like people doing art and people doing their passion. We might start falling in love again out here if we had more free time to actually like experience our human self than, oh, I'm 5 years old and now I don't see my parents because they dropped me off with a stranger and there's 20 other kids here and this is just going to be my life until I'm 18. Oh, it looks like that'll be my life until I'm 25. Actually longer, because I realized the only way to make it in this world was to be a doctor or a lawyer. So that's like 10 more years at school. So like by the time you're almost 30, it's like, wow, I've been conditioned my whole life for this, and now I'm in mad debt. Oh man, it's rough out here. So what if we like started allowing people to like experience themselves more? It's like, well, there are people out there who do it. It's like, yeah, but like, let's be real, a lot of them do come from money in a sense. That's why they're able to do, like, the ones you're thinking of, the ones who like make it really big. A lot of times they have the funding for that. Man, money really is the root. It is really the root, huh? God dang it, bro. It's not even backed by gold anymore. Why aren't we more upset about that? I feel like as citizens, we should be like, bro, this actually has no inherent worth. This is literally fictionary at this point. Why don't we talk about that? Maybe some do. Probably some do. But it's like, bro, why is that like a normal thing to talk about? It's like, bro, what are we doing? We're just playing a game here. And who's really winning? None of us are. I know you feel like you're winning because you're doing better than me. And I could, if I had thought that way, I would think that someone lesser than me, I guess, who's making less, I guess. But bro, who cares, man? Who cares? So I do think there'd be like a renaissance, right? And even like, yeah, it's modern day renaissance. So yeah, we'll get a lot of YouTubers, Twitch streamers, a lot of, I don't know, maybe we bring back art. Let's take away the AI art. Maybe we get more artists and more musicians and more people doing things for like their local community potentially. But I know the fear, man. The fear is like, if you let everyone be complacent with like a check coming in every month that pays for their basic needs, a lot of people won't, quote unquote, like benefit society. And it's like, bro, why? Like, I don't know. That doesn't really bug me, man. It doesn't really bug me if my neighbor just wants to sit inside and watch movies. And maybe he makes movie reviews now. Because, like, I think as humans, we all need an outlet in some way. It's just we've been scammed to put our outlet, our spark, into, like, some soul-draining job for 8 hours of the day, which is, like, a third of our day, obviously, right? So then we get 8 more hours to, go grocery shopping and try to, like, find meaning in this life, even though we just, like, worked and now we're looking at finances. Like, bro, if we just remove that weight, and I know that weight's there, bro, I think it's there to hold us down. Like, dude, the people making the rules are people too, bro. They're acting like they own this earth. No, bro, this should be, like, equally amongst everyone. Like, across the board, bro. And maybe that's unrealistic, but is it, man? I don't know if it is. Because, like, we have the tools, we have the resources to make it possible. And it's like, I wish more, like, common people talked about this, or, like, I don't know, made a to-do about it. Like, where's the rants about this? Maybe there are. Maybe there's protests about it. I don't know. Seems like most of the time protests are because someone got illegally, like, hurt. Which, yeah, that sucks. But it's like, I don't know. I don't know how to word this because I don't want to be insensitive of that. But I'm just like, I think there's, like, some really big priorities out there that get, like, not recognized. And I think it's kind of like parasitic in a way, where it doesn't get recognized or talked about enough because certain people don't want the water levels to rise and everyone to be on, like, the same level, like, playing field. And that has to be, like, ego or something, right? Ah, man, we gotta fix this. So, if it wasn't clear, what I think, to wrap it up, national basic income for shelter and food. You can work, and I honestly think there'll be, like, passion. Like, people who actually want to be doctors will be doctors. People who actually want to be teachers will be teachers. Like, we'll stop, like, cutting out, like, or, like, you know, forcing people into certain spots that don't even want to be there, but they want to be there for profit. I know I said teachers, so that doesn't really count. But, like, people who want to be, like, doctors and lawyers and whatnot, like, people who actually have a passion for that, yeah, there'd be, like, a good amount less. But that's better, man. That's better. Quality over quantity, I guess. Not really like my YouTube channel. But I feel like that's just a better society, man. And be like, so you could still be like a rich boy because you'll be working for, you know, the pharmaceutical companies or, like, whatever agencies and whatnot that still need to be around, I guess. But we'll get rid of a lot of the, like, scam businesses, which I think is a big thing. If we can get rid of all the scam businesses, all the businesses making polluted or pollution, plastic, garbage, nonsense that we don't need, that we absolutely don't need. If we can just get rid of all of that, take care of everyone here, because we have the resources, man. The currency is fake. Oh, dude. Yeah. Oh, man. I just don't know why we don't do that, man. I know there's, like, some other aspects of it to make this a little tricky from the get-go, but just because it's tricky doesn't mean we can't figure it out. I think we truly could figure it out if we were, like, being real about it. You know what I mean? It kind of feels like we're playing pretend here, but it feels like we're playing pretend and to benefit those above us. I guess people do kind of talk about it, right? But they talk about it more like the billionaire side. So I guess people do talk about it, but more billionaire. But I think it goes further than that, deeper than that at least. So, I don't know, man. I just want everyone, or wish we all could just be living, man. Because some people drop when they're 20, some people drop when they're 60, some people drop when they're 30. Accidents happen, tragedies happen. It's like, why do we play this pretend game? Like, you won't see, like, you know, reap your benefits until, like, you retire, right? That's for the norm, right? Like, that's such a scam. Like, oh, let me live through this whole life grinding away, wasting my time while you live on a yacht, right? So I guess this goes to the billionaires. Well, you live on a yacht and, you know, bring these 20-year-old women on there, or younger, knowing you guys. And you guys don't get prosecuted for that, right? Because, you know, we got to pray to our corporate gods at this point. and respect them for whatever reason. Like they do anything. Oh, oh. But and then yeah, so then you're like, oh, and then I can retire, and now I can live my life. And it's like, bro, your body's already breaking down, your mentality's already breaking down, and or you don't even make it that far. So it was a complete scam, and you lose all that money that you're putting into your 401k anyway. Dude, it's all rigged against us. It's 100% all rigged against us. I do think if we all could just have the basics, because it's literally possible. It's literally possible. What are we doing here? What are we doing here, man? Dude, I think that's also why a lot of things that are happening the way they're happening is to spread the gap between the rich and the middle class, to make the middle class mad poor. So that seems to be going against what they are trying to do. And yeah, so we'll have to fight over scraps, I suppose. But I obviously think that's just a better world, man. If everyone could just, what if we used our resources to help people and not pollute the planet and destroy this planet? Is that crazy to think? Is that crazy to think? Anyway, thanks for listening to me ramble, boys. Oh, man. But make sure to do something for yourself today. Make sure to do something for someone else today. It is what it is, man. We got this regardless. I'm just talking about it. Let's get it, bro. Let's get it, bro. Take care.